That should work. That's what I'm talking about. So Dad got a new toy. I think he was so impressed with my 1975 that he had to get one. I think it's pretty decent. Chrome's nice. We're gonna see if we can get it running today. Hey buddy. Hey, don't worry, I'm not messing with your special lady. This time we're gonna pull the engine out, pull the top end off, and see what's going on inside. We got spark off the guy, but it will not fire no matter what we do. So we're thinking it's maybe, I don't know, compression, valves aren't sealing, timing's out of whack somewhere. We're gonna find out. That's what I'm talking about. There we go. The bike is hoisted up at a perfect height here, and we're gonna get to pulling this motor out. So the first thing I think we're gonna do is take the exhaust off. There should be two, I think, 10mm nuts down here on the exhaust flange, one on the upper shock mount, and that should be all we need to pop this off. Let's get it off here. Okay, so the next thing we probably want to do is disconnect the wiring so that doesn't all get tore apart when we drop the motor out. So it looks like everything from the handlebars is up here. This is in great shape. We'll have to order some more of this gray PVC stuff to repair that. Wiring looks pretty good though. The rest should be just these little bolt connectors back here, and that should be pretty much everything. That goes over the points, or the points breaker. These guys are all color-coded the same color, so that should be safe to just unplug these. One got loose. Yep, I'll be done. Okay, I think we can lower the bike down, get the bottom of the motor on a jack. There we go. So here's the snow we're dealing with. We've got, let's see here, can I reach up there? Oh, that's about 8 feet high as the skid loader could lift it. And the drift back there, I don't know if you can see, that sucker goes out Gosh, 8 feet tall, 100 feet out there. This is nuts. And of course the fog rolled in. It's looking very Empire Strikes Back-y out here. Okay, a little break in the action. This skid plate is in really nice shape. Holy cow, I don't think I've ever seen one as rust-free down in this area. A little bit of steel wool to get some of the surface rust out. And a few more tricks up my sleeve. This thing should look brand new. I guess as far as, keeping chrome or fixing up slightly rusted chrome like this and keeping it looking nice for a long time, I've got some tricks on my channel. If you want to check out some of my other videos or subscribe, I'm sure you'll find something neat there. If not, there will be something in the near future. But for right now, I think on some of these little heavier spots, I'm going to take and brush on a little bit of navel jelly, let that sit to get these deeper scuffs out. Maybe put a little bit of a acrylic clear coat on top of there. Spray it down with some Gibbs penetrating oil to keep it from surface rusting again. And this thing should look brand new for a long time. So I think the first thing I'm going to do is take the carb off, intake off, valve cover, points maker cover off, and then pull the electronics out of there. Yeah, sure. That's kind of in there. Probably have to buy a carb rebuild kit. This carb looks to be in pretty good shape. Probably save that guy. I don't know if you guys want a video of a carb rebuild on these guys. I know there's probably 8 million videos out there right now. I'm not sure if it's worth doing. But if you want, leave me a comment below and we'll make a video rebuilding this guy. Put these back on here so I don't lose them. Intake. That came right off. There's absolutely no gasket on there. Huh, interesting. Okay, valve cover. I think those are 12. Nope, not even close. 14. That one's going to need a little help. One thing you got to remember, let me get the camera closer, when you're taking off this valve cover, there is a domed nut down here and a copper crush washer. You got to remember to put that back in the same place because there's an oil passage in here. If you don't put the crush washer and the domed nut on at this spot, when you start it up, oil's going to leak out of there. Ask me how I know. Okay, let's help the impact gun a little bit. Ooh, that guy's really on there tight. Let's try it from this angle. Woo! It's got all the torques on it. Come on, come on, there we go. There's that copper crush washer. I don't want to jam a screwdriver in there and mar that surface because that's going to end up leaking. Let's keep smacking at it. We are lucking out. None of these are seized in here and none of these are stripped out. And of course I'm using a Phillips head and then a Japanese industrial. Doesn't look too terrible in here. A little bit of corrosion on that guy. So let's get this plate off here. That one came out. This one might need a little bit of a coercion with a vice grip. There's a little grommet down here that seals the oil in, or not grommet, but a little seal. Pop that out of there. Yeah. Clean that guy up later. Let's dig a little bit deeper. So I think you need to take this 10mm out, and this timing advancer, which is absolutely seized up, will pop out. These springs might go flying, so be a little careful. And I think there's a little set pin in here in the camshaft that might fall out. I can't remember. But anyway, I'll take a 10mm, pull this guy out, keep my hand down here, and make sure that pin doesn't pop out. Oddly, that came right out. And start. This should want to come straight out. Well, let's give it a little pry with something. She is rusted in there pretty darn good. Get out of there. I don't want to tweak this thing. Oh, now she's spinning. Yeah, you kind of see in here as the RPMs ramp up, this slowly starts moving on that cammed lobe and advances your ignition timing as the RPMs increase. If I can just get the sucker off there. Okay, so that timing advancer is seized on that cam. So I think I'm just going to take the 3 bolts off this timing cover and see if I can get that knocked out, and maybe the whole assembly will come with it. But these things are so darn seized in. I think I'm going to use the impact hammer. Okay, that's done. That one's loose. That one's loose. Harbor Freight for the win. Okay, now that those 3 are loosened up, let's get those bolts out of there. 1, 2. All right, let's smack on this guy with a dead blow a little bit and see if we can get him loose. Okay, don't try this at home. Because you could definitely mar the surface and you're going to have an oil leak. So we're going to go from the top side. Very, very lightly. Yeah, this guy's definitely seized in there holding that guy in. Oh, this thing is just jammed on here. I don't want to bend anything by prying on this crap, but gosh darn. Let's give it one more very light pull. Oh, she broke loose. Okay, danger. Now, I think there's a pin in here that holds this guy in the right direction. Right on that little key there. Where's the pin? Pin's right over here. I have to grab a magnet to get that out of there. Let's see if I can get the camera in so you can see that pin. Right there. You don't want to lose that guy. All the timing stuff we'll put in one bag. Okay, let's see if we can slide the cam out of here. See how that guy looks. There we go. So when you're taking these Honda engines apart, you want to keep a close eye on this stud right here, because this is kind of open to the elements on these guys, and gunk gets in there, and I've seen these guys rust out so bad there's just like about a 1/2 millimeter of material left on it, but this one looks pretty darn good. There's a good chance that this is all seized in here, but let's get this thing at top dead center and start pulling the jug out. See how she looks. All right, we'll have to get this chain out of the way, so let's get this tensioner or idler pulley out of here. Now, this head gasket I'm sure is seized on pretty good, so we'll have to, well, I'm going to use this brass punch, this little guy, not pound on the mating surface, but maybe bing bing. Maybe put this guy on these fins up here and lightly tap. See if we can get this broke loose. Oh, she came loose on that side. So now maybe rotate the motor to the side a little bit, or maybe I can get it from this angle. By golly, she's loose. There's going to be some guide pins in here. Kind of want to make sure you remember what goes where. I can see one sticking out here. I'll show you here in a second. She's coming. Yeah. She's almost there. So here's what I was talking about earlier. This stud is exposed to the elements and water gets down in there and that guy rusts out. This one's in pretty darn good shape. So we lucked out there, but we've seen motors before where there's nothing left there and we've had to replace that guy. And it's a bugger getting that guy out of there, out of the block when it's all rusted out. But I think we're in good shape here. That looks lovely. Ooh, that looks pretty scored up there, isn't it? Well, hopefully the cylinder looks okay. This thing, I don't know if you can see it on camera, is really, really rusty. I mean, solid rust down on that one side. Yeah, that's why she didn't run. Okay, I'm gonna take my guide pins out, gaskets off, and we're gonna throw this in the ultrasonic cleaner. Okay, looks like there's one on top and the ones, 1, 2. Okay, short ones are on the bottom, the long one was on the top. Get these gaskets off here, that guy, this guy. Let's go clean this up. Okay, so I think for now I'm going to put the crankcase over here in the corner so we can think about what a bad engine it is. Bad engine. And work on taking the head apart. I take the rocker cover off, valve adjustment covers off, spark plug out, then we'll pull the rockers and the valves out, valve springs, and see what we got. Might need impact on that. this point in the teardown, we found the head needed new valves and a valve job. And I'm not going to put that whole process in this video since this one's getting kind of long. But if you want to check out the video of the valve job we did with an eBay valve grinding set, you can check out this video on my channel, and I'll leave a link to that video in the comments below if you want to give that a watch. And I also recently rebuilt the forks on this Trail 90, and I've got the whole process detailed in this video on my channel. So spin on over to the channel and check that out if it interests you as well. Now this video is definitely going a little long, so I'm going to give you some sneak peek shots of the finished product. So be sure to subscribe because I have hours more of this restoration recorded that I'm going to have up on my channel in the near future. And you're definitely not going to want to miss out on this one. The bike just turned out absolutely fabulous, especially considering what we started with. I mean, this thing needs to go into a museum someday, I think. So be sure to subscribe, and if you need more Bigfoot Bikes and Brews content in the meantime, you can check out one of these two videos, and I will see you next time.